What's going on, everyone? So we're going to talk showcase cards today, and well, it seems to be a confirmation for set 2 showcase cards. For those of you that were curious or wondering or were concerned that they weren't going to be adding set 2 showcase cards for their leaders, well, it looks like we have somewhat of a confirmation, which we'll get to in just a moment, that the set 2 leaders will be getting a showcase variant. Now, for those of you that maybe aren't up to speed on showcase cards, or maybe don't know why they matter necessarily, or whatever, basically every set 1 leader besides 2 have a showcase variant. If you look here, I could just click on any one of them in the Star Wars Unlimited card pool, and you can see here we have Sabine Wren. They have a showcase card. Boba Fett, they have a showcase card. These are exceptionally rare. I believe, if I remember my facts correctly, it is a 1 in 12 box chance to acquire a showcase card. So every 12 boxes you open, you will acquire 1 showcase card. I know the people at my store, there's like 7 or 8 showcases running around, a couple of Thrawns, a couple Cassians, and a few others. But these are essentially the collectible aspect of the leaders running around. You can see the base arts, usually more focused on the actual ability and kind of describes the card very accurately. Not to say that the flip side doesn't for the showcase variants, but if we look here at the showcase, it really is all about the full art leader part of the card. Yes, it still shows the action. Yes, it still shows the epic action, but it's all about the card art. And generally speaking, all of these have a similar but different art, meaning that the front side, it's kind of that standard Star Wars Unlimited art, and then the showcase variants are a little bit more realistic, I get the feeling of, or I guess I get the interpretation of, alongside, well, a little bit highlighted towards the leader. They have a little bit harsher lines to kind of really pull the leader out of the art and make you pay attention to it. The 2 leaders that don't have it are Luke and Vader. And if I remember correctly, I cannot find the actual statement by FFG or anything, but they seem to mention that Darth Vader and Luke were going to be getting set 2 showcase variants, because right now we only have the event promo, as these 2 were the starter decks for set 1, which means that with the exception of Moff Gideon and Mandalorian, because they are also the starter decks for set 2, we look to be getting a showcase variant for every single other one of these leaders. Right now, we are, at least before this brief announcement or advertisement for one of the products, well, we weren't confirmed that we were going to get set 2 showcases. However, a couple of hours ago, Gamegenic, one of the kind of retailers for Star Wars Unlimited product, posted this, and it says, slide card cases, perfect for showcase cards. And you might notice something there. There's a Kylo Ren right in the art, right in the advertisement. So 1, it literally says perfect for showcase cards. 2, it shows a showcase card, at least from what we can tell. And this does have the same feel and the same art style as the other showcase cards. If I were to pull up again one of the set 1 cards here, let's just pull up like Boba Fett. They certainly have a completely different art style, and this Kylo Ren fits that art style here. That more realistic, highlighting the leader, and all art or all the card kind of focused in on the leader. If you compare this to the standard versions and the flip side of them, right, they have the text box. So the fact that they don't have the border and the text box makes it seem that this is a showcase card. And since they are working directly with FFG and Star Wars Unlimited, then, well, we are seeing potentially an early release of this showcase, which seems to be pretty confirmed. And again, if you look at the Kylo Ren flip side, it looks like this right now. So we have no other depiction of Kylo Ren right now besides this one on the flip side. And with Gamegenic's announcement, it looks like showcase cards, at least for Kylo Ren, and that presumes to follow that every other leader is also going to be getting a showcase variant. And here we have another thing that someone pulled up a little bit ago with the Ray sleeves, and this one does have separate art. This one isn't 100% confirmed, right? That it's a showcase or anything. None of this is necessarily 100% confirmed in terms of like FFG had stated something. However, it seems to be, based on what they're mentioning about showcase cards from Gamegenic, and then these separate art styles, that we are getting showcase cards, and this seems to be the Ray showcase variant. This is what Ray looks like normally, and then that other art would be the showcase variant. And this does look much like the Kylo Ren if we were to compare these two. These ones don't have as much like black line highlighting, which is what kind of the set one showcases were defined as. Like all of them kind of had the same outlining about the leader, but this one alongside Kylo Ren looks very similar in terms of comparing them to their various variations. So it looks like we're going to be getting showcase cards for set 2. Now, why does this even matter? Why is this important? By the way, if you're curious what I mean by the little black outlining, if you look at any of the showcase cards, usually they are really outlined or have some lines to kind of pull the art out of the card. Ivan here kind of looks like the Ray one. We have Chewbacca here. You can see these lines that kind of basically just wrap around the art. I don't know how, I'm not the perfect person to describe art to be honest, but that's just kind of what I noticed, and it has a very similar theme across all of the various leaders. But why does this matter? Why do people even care about showcases? Well, for you and I, for those of you that are just running their drafts, opening packs, maybe picking up a deck or two to play in paper, and then playing majority online and with Tabletop Simulator, Carabas, whatever it is, well, this is just fun. And it is something for the whales of the game. And it gives a lot of collectability aspect to Star Wars Unlimited. One of the big things that people are concerned about, well, besides the fact that FFG has a poor past when it comes to card games and stability and longevity, the bigger thing is, one of the things with trading card games is you can go a few different directions, I suppose. You can go and build an amazing game just through the gameplay, and people just want to play the game, and they'll pick up the cards just because they want to play the game, and it's extremely popular. The other thing is you can make the game very collectible and have these chase rares, chase legendaries, or in this case, chase card arts that you are really interested in picking up. And fortunately for us, I'd say, well, Star Wars Unlimited is and can be somewhat expensive, right? Like I'm not going out and purchasing showcases, or I'm not going out and purchasing, more specifically, even some cards like Super Laser Blast, Vigilances. I'm trying to trade for those cards because they're reasonably expensive. Most of the cost, most of the truly chase cards that are worth absurd amounts of money are the showcase cards and the hyperspace variants of various different cards. And fortunately for us, that's where the collectability aspect of Star Wars Unlimited comes in, and that's a lot more exciting, especially for those of you like myself that are really just interested in picking up the cards. And while I do love me some hyperspace cards, as you know from making any of the graphics on my channel, I use them all in hyperspace variants. I would prefer most of the game's costs and truly expensive cards to stay towards hyperspace cards and showcase variants. So having a set 2 collectible version of each of these leaders is going to definitely drive up sales, and it did with set 1. People were looking for those showcase cards. As I mentioned, 1 in 12 boxes is a huge endeavor to embark on. But for those of you that maybe are never going to pick up a showcase, at least you have a chance to get one in your draft pack when you go and draft. I know that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that we see a absolutely sweet Garth Saxon one. Granted, we're gonna get one, it looks like, but there are definitely better ones and worse ones in set 1. For example, I really do love the Palpatine one. It's one of my favorites. I think this one's really sweet. So I'm hoping that Garth Saxon's gonna get one, and then I can just go all in on an upgrade deck and have some fun. Maybe we'll see. I'm not gonna buy it, but I can hope. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about showcase cards. I will see you all for a video tomorrow.